Secretary Noem talks about the arrest of two people now involved in the video that you see on your screen, which is officer getting shot in the face and the arm during an attempted robbery this weekend. The suspect was shot, was treated, was arrested, and this morning they've detained the second suspect on that scooter in New York. Joining us now is Art Del Cueto, Vice President of the National Border Patrol Council. Art, I want to get at kind of the heart of what they're being asked about right now, which is the detaining illegal immigrants in this country and what the administration is saying, then releasing these violent criminals. This guy who was shot and arrested, the suspect, Miguel Francisco Mora Nunez, was entered the country illegally in 2023, charged with assault in 2024, arrested for criminal contempt in 2024, and then in 2025, a warrant was issued for armed robbery with a firearm. And then he carried out this attack on an off-duty officer in New York. Where's the breakdown in your mind over the immigration system and what was able to happen that led to this?
Look, I think all individuals that were speaking at this press conference are doing a fantastic job. Tom Homan hits the nail on the head each and every time he's out there. Tom Homan, he's one of those individuals, along with myself, that have been screaming about the gotaways and the, releasing people, and especially about the sanctuary cities for many, many years. And that's where the breakdown is. You have people in sanctuary cities, and frankly, there's cities that are not sanctuary cities, or they haven't come out and said they're sanctuary cities, but they've spoken to their leadership within chiefs of police, and they've said they don't communicate with immigration, they don't communicate with ICE or Border Patrol, and explain to them, hey, we have somebody in our custody that may be here illegally. That's where the breakdown is. As Tom Homan said, cops should be helping other cops. This isn't a partisan issue. At the end of the day, this is something that affects everybody in the United States. If you arrest an individual for any type of crime, and you believe he's in the country illegally, or he can't show that he is here legally or any documentation, you should call immigration so they can come and make that check.
So Art, what we heard from the border czar, Tom Homan, was more agents are going to pour into sanctuary cities. Is that the right approach?
Well, if you're not getting any help from, some of the local PD, not because of them, but obviously because of their leadership, then yes, the right approach is to put more immigration, hire more agents to work in those areas so they're able to arrest and make these detentions of these individuals.
The off-duty officer who was shot in the face, Secretary Noem said she visited with he and his family this week. He will go into surgery later this week because of so much swelling on his face. Before I let you go, Art, just talk about the work itself for immigration enforcement officers right now, what they are doing right, and what could be improved in this process to make it safer for them and the public.
Again, what needs to be improved is we need to have some assistance from other law enforcement that are not being allowed to assist. I've been in constant contact with the individuals that are working out in California, and they were working on some of those tactical enforcement to detain individuals, and they were having a hard time to getting assistance. And again, it's not from the boots on the ground. You have to point the finger and look at the leadership and what's going on that end. And this again shows, look, there's dangers that are out there because the Biden administration allowed these people to enter the country, many of them unvetted, and those that they vetted that they didn't think was a serious crime, they released anyway. That's why we are where we're at today. We're seeing an administration, though, that has secured the border. They're moving forward and made the proper arrests of individuals in the interior. And now they're going on to the next step, which is making sure that sanctuary cities are on board as well.
Art Del Cueto, Vice President of the National Border Patrol Council. Thank you, Art, for your time. And just to reiterate that the incident that happened in New York was not during an arrest. It was an off-duty officer and a friend who were ambushed, essentially, and victims of a crime of opportunity. All right, Art, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.